What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Underground Stars Season 4. And today I am here with...
What's good, everybody? It's Danny Rome.
So, I just actually realized this just now. This is our very last episode of 2021.
Oh, so I got the finale.
You got the year finale.
That's pretty cool.
Because I think we have... This should be, I want to say, 6. So after this, we have 4 more.
Okay.
But they all... This season was fast, actually. It ends next month, realistically.
Yeah, I remember you were just starting it. I mean, It's crazy already. These last 2 months really flew by, bro.
That's one of my 2022 goals is to get at least 2 more out. Just because I was at school, and so I didn't really know how I was going to, have my own setup there.
Mm-hmm.
But this coming year, I definitely want to stay more, less of a break between each season.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get 2 seasons out in like 1 year, that's a lot of work. That's pretty positive,
Yeah.
But that's, got to keep feeding the content.
Mm-hmm. So that's something I want to try and get down, just so like we have not only the YouTube going up like almost weekly, but then I also extract like 3 little segments from each episode for like the reels on Instagram. So I have that going every week as well. Just kind of keeping everything in consistency.
I mean, it definitely takes a lot of work to manage all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's dope. I'm just starting to get into it a little bit now for like my little team that we're putting together. And like it's a lot of extra stuff you don't even notice until you start doing it.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, because with my team, I'm like, we have like our YouTube channel right now. It's doing really good. I'm really happy about it, especially towards the end of the season, or especially towards the end of the year. Like we have a lot of our videos. They're doing like good numbers the first few days.
Okay.
But then in the long run, they're at like 800, 1.4, 900.
What's it like all the tutorials and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think I've seen a few of them with like Drake or whoever.
Yeah, so it's been nice trying to like, crack that whole YouTube algorithm. And hopefully this coming year I can get that with this as well.
Yeah, no, I really I always want to get into the YouTube thing. And then this year, I think at one point I was 4 months or so, constantly uploading every day, doing the grind. And it just sucked the life out of me. I couldn't do my loops, and I couldn't have time for all my other stuff because I was so focused on that. I wasn't getting the traction I wanted. So I kind of just laid back and, focused on other things. But I think, 2022, I'll probably get back into it. And just find a new way to attack it. You got to learn the algorithm.
Yeah, my kind of approach this year, I tried doing this a little last year but couldn't keep up with it. But it's every week, I'll export all my beats every week.
Okay.
And then take Sunday off and just put that for YouTube.
Okay.
So, I'll sit down this month and get a little head start, so I have the first week off to where I can actually, get myself into that. Yeah. So if I miss a week, I'm okay. But it's not every day I'm oh, I need to export all my beats and put this on YouTube.
Of course, yeah.
So make it a weekly thing.
When I kind of run behind or whatever. And sometimes I'd get to things like that where I'd sit there on a Sunday and be like, all right, let me get 3 or 4 uploads ready. But the consistency factor is tough. And the thing is with YouTube, you got to find the right little niche or, whatever to kind of find, whether it's the artist you choose or the keywords. Yeah. And I was out here uploading Rod Wave type beats, and that's so overdone at this point. It's not that the beats won't work, but it's me marketing it to Rod Wave. I got to market it to somebody smaller who's still getting the searches type of thing, So, that's the way you kind of get more traction. So I think I'll give it another chance.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Right now I'm focused on a lot of other things. So that's not the first thing, but one of the 2022,
Yeah. So, let's get into, the good stuff. How did, basic question first. Got to start off with the easy question. How'd you get into making music and all that?
Oh man. All right. So, I mean, kind of a long answer short. My parents were into music. My mom was a really, really good piano player, went to college and everything for music, plays multiple instruments, the whole 9. And my father, not that he really did anything with music, but he's an amazing singer, and I just grew up around it. So I learned how to play the piano when I was younger. Then I learned how to play the drums, like the whole school thing. And at one point, I got into music. I wanted to like rap, and I was doing that whole kind of thing. That was probably like high school days, and I got my hands on FL somehow, and I was making little beats and stuff like that for myself. And like it was nothing crazy. I'm sure it was trash if I was to find it now. But I don't know. I kind of laid back off of that once I stopped rapping. I did the whole DJ thing for a while. I bought a bunch of equipment when I was in college. I DJ all the parties. So like I was always in music and in some aspect. And after college, I was just kind of like, you know what? Like I was good at the producing thing. Like I don't want to really be an artist. I don't want the limelight. I kind of like, chilling in the back, but still being a part of it. And things just kind of fell into place, and I just got back into producing and re-downloaded FL, and it was just kind of like it's been crazy ever since. I mean, that was a few years ago now. That was probably like 3+ years ago. Damn. That like I got serious back into it. But yeah, man, it feels like it was just yesterday. Like everything really flew by.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I feel that this year just in general has been so fast in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, especially when you keep yourself so busy with music and kind of stuff, it's like, I forgot who I was telling not too long ago, but when 2021 started, I kind of had this thing with myself, and I was like, I want to learn to make loops. And like I had sent out loops prior, but they weren't good. It wasn't like real loop maker type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to learn to get good at loops. I'm not going to make any beats. I know I can make beats. I'm just going to lock in. I'm going to make as many loops as I can and just, get myself good at it. And I started in January, and that was, all within a year. And I started getting placements off of loops and like all that kind of stuff. Like it just all came so fast. Now the year's over already. And it's like, damn, I just remember starting to make loops. Like one of my boys, JLH, shout out to him. He just started making loops like middle of the year. And I remember we were talking about him like, yo, you got to get into making loops. Like I'd send him midis. We'd collab so he can get into it. And then he just got a Rod Wave placement like a week ago.
Yeah.
Like that's just crazy. Like Rod Wave like leaked it. And just like it got leaked, and it's been going up millions of plays. Like shout out to him, but it's just crazy. Like it really flew by. It's crazy. It was like yesterday that we were all doing this shit, and now the year's done.
Yeah.
But next year should be crazy for all of us. I see everybody working. A lot of big things for all the community that we all work with and stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, speaking of your loops, your weeklies.
Yeah.
First of all, they're crazy.
Appreciate you, man.
I have like 3 packs that I'm always looking forward to every week.
Thank you, man.
Yours is one of them.
Yeah.
But what are like you said, you kind of just started doing them and you started getting placements. Was that kind of like your whole? Were you like sending them out hoping to get placements, or were you sending them out more like hoping to connect with other producers then build more?
I definitely wanted to kind of accomplish both. I feel like, I wanted to definitely extend my reach to other producers and networks some more. But as I'm watching all these other producers I'm working with, and they're sending me loops, and like they're going up off of loops, I'm like, damn, like this kind of is like the cheat code. If you can get good at a certain sound and like market to that, and then send it to the right producers who have those connections, like that's kind of your way in to a certain extent. You got to put in the work. But I just was doing that for a little bit, and I know January is when I guess I started like really like working on it, and then February I was making loops, and I did a collab with Will Michael. Shout out to Will Michael. Got the best guitars in the game. That's honestly one of the only people I go to for guitars.
Really?
So, shout out to him. He's a GOAT. And it was like the first loop we made. He sent me a starter, and like I threw some piano on his guitar or whatever. And I just like randomly was like, I'm gonna shoot my shot and send it to TNT. It was like the biggest Pain producer. Like me just randomly sending him stuff. I've never sent him anything before. I barely make loops. And I wake up one morning and everybody's like tagging me and DMing me, and they're like, "Bro, he's on his story like using your loop." Like,
Jeez.
oh, then like yeah, ever since then that kind of gave me like the kickstart to be like, oh shit, like I might have something here. So I'm just gonna like really just put my head down and just work at that, because obviously like I listen to all that kind of music, all that kind of stuff is my favorite stuff. Rod Wave, Lil Durk, those are all my favorite artists for the most part. So I know the sound is just replicating it, and so yeah. Once that happened, I was just kind of like, it makes sense for me to just stay heavy with the loops and
Yeah.
make these connections. Now now I'm on a point where I haven't blown up or anything like that, but I've definitely locked in with a lot of producers that are bigger than me that I've always wanted to work with, and they have the connection type shit. So it works out, and like I really do enjoy the loop making. It's not as much of a process as it was when I started.
Yeah.
Now it's more enjoyable,
It's like
once
second
you
nature.
get comfortable. Yeah, like
Yeah.
when I'm learning, it's like, oh my god, like you're struggling to get like 2 loops done, and it's like,
Yeah.
this is the worst thing ever. But a lot of the thing is, it's like now because I play this stuff too, like I have the ideas in my head. It's all about just playing it out and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of enjoy it. I only make beats, not too much, only if I have to, or like an artist hits me up for a pack, or I get a lot of collabs back too,
Yeah.
which is so that's a good way for me to keep sending out beats. I don't always have to make beats.
Yeah. It's kind of like they're being made for you, realistically.
Yeah, especially if like I have my small network of people, especially like my team, where like we all send stuff throughout each other and we all work on each other's stuff. So like I know when I send it out, like there's gonna be no misses. It's not when you're sending loops out to 100 people and like 20 people are gonna send you some terrible beats back. And like it happens, it does. Like I've had to cut my loop list down a lot over the year, because like some people I'm just like like I don't want to be sending it to everybody, and then like when it gets used, like it's not special
Yeah,
because
for sure.
somebody else has used it, and like I've heard somebody like ruin it. Like it's not the same, you know. And like now I'm at a point I feel like where like I send out the not so much weeklies, but I try to do like twice a month if I can, and I'll just like I'll put aside a couple loops and I'll send those out earlier to like a few bigger producers like TNT, whatever. Like I'll text them a pack, and that way like they have the first crack at it.
Yeah.
That way or whatever. And if something happens, it happens. If not, like then it gets sent out to everybody else at some point.
Yeah.
But that seems like the way to go, because while producers, they like having the exclusiveness, like I also want my other people that I work with to all be able to make some hits with these too. So that whole kind of thing.
Yeah.
But who knows, man? I'm excited for next year. There's a lot of things that I've worked with the loops that are hopefully gonna come to fruition, I think. So we'll see.
Yeah. It's
We'll see.
definitely one of the biggest things that I've noticed, like, or that I kind of judge throughout the year, is how many different like type beats we go through a year. So like I noticed the main, main kind of one at the beginning was like, Rod Wave,
For
Polo
sure.
G, and then all of a sudden it hit with Rage, and
Crazy.
then all of a sudden it hit with like Yeet type beats, and it just like you kind of start like doing a lot of piano, a lot of guitar for like 2 or 3 months. And you're like, all right, this is kind of
Yeah,
it's kind
for
of
sure.
boring, but they're still nice. And then all of a sudden, you wake up one day, and everyone's like, "Bro, how do you make this? How do you make this? How do you make this?" And then you hear it, and then that's all you hear for the next like 2 or 3 months.
It's crazy how the game just all like picks up on little things. There was the one Trippy Red snippet, and it was like everything else paused for like a week, and then everybody was like, "I need rage loops. I need rage loops. I need this," and everybody started making it, and like everybody was playing with that stuff for a while. And like the way I look at it, like I make that kind of stuff for fun, not so much like the loops, but I'll make those kind of beats and stuff for fun.
Yeah.
And then like I don't know. I have my thing that I'm good at, so I kind of like stick with that. Because also, like the way I look at it, it's like all those sounds are cool and like I enjoy them all to a certain extent. But when you have a piano, something classic like that, or like a guitar, like those aren't necessarily gonna get. They're not gonna get played out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like those are always gonna be in style,
Yeah,
more or
because
less.
it's classic. I mean,
That's what I mean. So like
yeah.
you can always throw a piano or a guitar on something or some style and like it's gonna work.
Yeah.
So, you know, like as long as I can like try to mix it up and put my own style on it, like I like to go with those kind of things that like I'm, you know, good with, or you know, I don't know what the exact word is, but used to. And like people are always gonna like that. And the pain stuff, people are always gonna have emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I hate when people say pain is played out and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
people always gonna go through stuff and have emotions. So like, it regardless, that's what sells. I mean, look at the top albums. It's all these kind of artists.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I like Yeet and Trippy and all these other people, and it's dope to listen to them, but you know, they don't hit sometimes like the other ones
Mm-hmm.
because they're in the fields. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes that rod wave hits you and it's over. Shed a little tear.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's like people can. The way I see, like, whenever someone's like, "Oh, this is all played out," it's played out to them just because that's what they've been doing.
Of course, yeah. It's all in perspective to that person.
Yeah, because like
Oh.
realistically, how many songs out there have a rage beat besides Trippy's album?
No, of
Not
course.
not
It's
many.
really like a handful of big artists.
Yeah,
And
and
like
so
it's
it's
just like the SoundCloud people.
yes, it's like it's not in the limelight at all. But
No.
you think it's played out just because that's what you've been making for so long, trying to get one of those placements.
Yeah.
But when you
Exactly.
look at the whole, the industry, there's only a very select few that are, actually kind of overplayed.
No, I like get so focused sometimes on like certain artists and certain placements that like I'll hear other artists like, or not other artists, I'll hear like other producers post those snippets on Instagram and Twitter, and it's like something completely different, and I'm always like so shocked, and I'm just wow, like damn, like people are making this kind of stuff, like this is crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying like I kind of make that stuff for fun because like I don't have that many connects when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I still enjoy it. Like it's more fun for me than anything. And like if I do have an opportunity that comes where I could use it, like then I have them.
Yeah.
You know. But a lot of my stuff, whether it's like I put myself in that box or whatever, like a lot of my stuff is aimed towards pain or like hard trap shit. So like it's cool though. I mean that's what I enjoy. So I don't get mad, but you know it's kind of cool. Like I wish I could branch out in some aspects and have people to send that kind of stuff to. Like I don't have anyone to send rage beats to. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
I have some. They're just sitting there, honestly. One day I'll come across somebody, or I got to find like an artist to work with.
Yeah.
Who can do it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
But you have, because I know you have them in your Twitter bio. You have some pretty big name placements.
Yeah, I got a few. I mean, nothing like crazy. Like I feel like I have other ones that are just like sitting somewhere and haven't released yet, or like that I can't speak on. But the King Von shit was awesome. I did that all in person, so that was like the coolest part about it. Yeah, shout out to him. Rest in peace. Obviously. But yeah, I mean that was real cool. I was I don't want to say managing, but like kind of like the producer for this rap duo or co-manager, whatever. And I'd go to the studio with them often and we'd work. And I was producing pretty much every song for them. And they got cool with DJ Bands, who was the DJ for Dirk and King Von. And this was when Von was like, not nobody, but he only had like one or two songs out. He was just getting on. And, we were talking to him because he was like hosting their mixtape or whatever. And he was just like, yeah, we're going to fly out to New York. Like, why don't you get a feature type of thing? and like I'd go to the studio with them and we'd work and all all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I've met Dirk a few times. We've been in the studio a few times. I just haven't gotten lucky enough for him to record on something of mine. I mean, to be fair, he usually wasn't recording when I was there.
Yeah.
He was just kind of like overseeing the whole kind of thing with King Von, because it was the early stages, kind of teaching him the ways. But yeah, it was dope. I mean, we knocked out a few songs. The only one that ended up getting released was the one that had the collab with the artist that I was working with.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily we did that. But there are another couple in the stash somewhere. I don't know. I was told there's a possibility they might drop if they release a King Von tape at some point. But, I don't know for sure. It'd be pretty cool. I got one of the copies, but it'd be awesome. I know, there's a lot that goes into that kind of thing, especially not here.
Mm-hmm.
But that was definitely the coolest placement, I think, for sure, the King Von, just because, like, he was so big, and I don't think at the time I did it, I realized how big he was going to be.
Yeah.
Because he was, like, coming up. And, like, Dirk was big, but Dirk wasn't as big as he is now. Like, songs with Drake and all that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was a Dirk fan at that time, so I was still starstruck. But now, like, if I got in the studio with Dirk, it'd be much
even crazier, yeah.
Yeah, like, now I'd be like, all right, like, let me play these beats for you.
Yeah.
Like, he's heard me play beats and all that kind of stuff, but sessions weren't really for him. It was for King Von. But that was probably the biggest placement, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other ones are cool. Like I got one with Rowdy Rebel that's supposed to be on his next tape.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you posted it.
Early 2022, I guess. Hopefully, sometime first quarter. That'd be nice. Mm-hmm. And then just like other little ones, the Maddox one I did in person actually too. Those haven't even dropped, but I got like both copies of those because those were with my artist as well.
Mm-hmm.
So those are kind of just sitting around, and I don't know. I don't really work with the artists anymore, but I don't know if they're gonna drop them, or I'm ready to honestly like buy them at this point.
Yeah,
and so then I could release them,
mm-hmm.
and like I'll get another artist on it and just drop like a single with Maddox or something. That's kind of my whole plan, I think, as far as those go. But I have those, and then the Little Mexico one was cool. That was off of a YouTube beat.
No way.
It wasn't even off of my beat. It was off of another producer. Shout out my guy Jamp. He had a pretty pop in YouTube at the time, and we were collabing and whatnot. He started getting some placements with like Tuzi and other artists like that. I think like Young and Ace, and we got an email one day, and it was just it was like, hey, we're so and so from Alamo Records. We want to buy this beat. So I'm thinking it's like one of those fake emails that you get, like, Def Jam, we want to sign you, send $1,000 or like stupid shit. And it ended up being real. So I got in touch with my boy, and I mean there was a way longer story to this one with him, because he kind of stopped producing. Mm-hmm. Like at the time between like us doing that collab and then us getting the placement.
Yeah.
So he was just kind of like, look, like, I'll send you the stems and everything, and you can take the whole credit for it. Which is crazy because his tag is on the beat still, but he didn't take credit for it. I took 100% credit. Mm-hmm. But that was a collab beat. So like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, but it was, the whole thing was wild because I got in touch with the label, and they're asking me how much do I want for the beat, and you're doing all the paperwork. And I'm trying to get in touch with him because I don't want to tell them I want this amount for the beat, and then he tells them a whole different number. Mm-hmm. You got to have the same kind of idea. And they were just like, all right, well, we don't believe you that he doesn't want his money. Like, why would he not want his money? Yeah, so I didn't even believe it, to be honest with you. That's why the whole thing was so crazy. And he had to get on the phone with them, and it was just like, nah, like, I don't want to do music anymore. He could have my cut, whatever. Mm-hmm. And that all happened real quick. I found out like they had the beat, and they wanted the beat, I guess. And then I didn't even know who Little Mexico was at the time. No idea who he was. And then I went on his Instagram and he had a snippet of the song already. And I was like, damn, they want to buy the beat, but it's already recorded.
Yeah.
So then I think I talked to like Sonny, and he just kind of like was like, yeah, bro, if they tell you they want to buy the beat, like 95% chance, like they've already recorded on it. Like they just want to buy it. So I was like, oh, okay. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up doing that with him, and I got another few songs with him. He's supposed to drop a tape at some point. He keeps pushing it back. It was supposed to drop in December, but I think I should have one on there, which is that one, because that was a single. And then I don't know if the other ones are going to make it or not. I haven't heard. But it was kind of messed up. He got signed to OTF, like coincidence. He got signed to Dirk and OTF like a week or two after the single dropped with him. And like his next video got dropped by OTF and like everything. And it went to like millions. And then like the one I didn't. So I was like, damn, that's rough. But yeah, a lot of the stuff I've done is cool, man. I feel like, you know, I don't know. Like I feel like I can accomplish so much more. Like, I know I'm capable of so much more. And like now, me and my team, we grinded so hard this year, and just like the whole quarantine thing, like we just like worked so hard. Just we were on Discord all day, hooking up and stuff on VC with each other. And we get so much stuff done, and it's like now, like all of them are getting placements. Like everybody's getting placements. And like it's crazy. Like I was the only one for the most part when we started that had placements, and now like they're all like, this one got a no cap placement. This one got a song with Future and ESTG. This one got a Mod Wave song, and I'm like, damn, like you guys are killing it. So now like it's my turn. Like I gotta catch up. I've had other big songs and stuff. Some stuff like fell through. Like I was telling you, was it the story with TNT that he posted with my beat? Like that ended up getting used by Murray, the dude who.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it ended up getting used by him. It was supposed to be on his tape, and that was me and Will Michael in TNT. And just like last second, like a week before it dropped, I found out it didn't make the cut. Like I was so salty about that for like a month or two. Like I didn't want to make no loops. I didn't want to make beats. I was so pissed. And then I finally like took it and spun it around, and I was like, all right, like now I just gotta work harder. Like just make sure I get another one, you know. But yeah, like, you know, I just look at it like my year could have definitely been a lot crazier. Had some things fallen in the right direction like that and dropped. But like it is what it is. Like, you know, I think a lot of things that we did this year will finally pan out next year, and you know, next year will be like what we thought this year was.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely
one of those kind of things. But what are you gonna do? I ain't tripping. It's cool, man. You know, I just enjoy making music. The hustle is what keeps me going.
Oh yeah.
You know,
if it was easy, then you know what would the point be?
I was just gonna say, if it was easy, it wouldn't even be fun, man.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like I think Zero was talking about it, like just like the creative process of like collabing and working with other people, like being on Discord and, you know, talking to them for hours. And all my boys are in the UK. That's the funniest part. Like I'm the only one that's American. And like I'm out here in New York, and they're all in the UK, and like they meet up in London. They have like cook up sessions, and I'm just so like they trying to plan a trip out here eventually, and this and that. But like we all got so close, and it's like I don't even really make solo loops anymore because like just I love working with other people so much. Like, things come out so much better when I have another set of ears and eyes on it. Like it just doesn't make sense. And plus like the workload thing, like I don't have to work myself as hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice when I can just like bang out 5-10 midis, send them in my little group chat with the 4 or 5 of us, and then I just get like 5 loops back.
Yeah.
Like like, you know, it's way easier. But you know, the team aspect I feel like makes it so much easier. If it was just me doing it, I wouldn't have the motivation.
Yeah.
You know, like you got the whole team set up, like you guys are dropping music, you guys are on YouTube. Like, that's the vision, I think, you know, like what everybody's trying to strive to do.
Yeah.
You know, like you guys definitely got the formula down. And like honestly, I don't even think my team, like, we weren't even. I hate to call it my team, like I don't run it, but, like we all like run it, but like
Yeah. The
you know,
team.
shout out to the fan club. I had the fan club beats, and we just kind of like we were talking about like finally like dropping snippets and stuff like 2022. And then everything just happened. Like snippets got leaked, and then stuff started dropping. So we just started posting stuff. We're like, all right, like we got a Rod Wave and a No Cap song all within a week, like
Yeah.
a few songs. So we all just went crazy, and you know, it makes it that much better because they really like push you. Like I'm sure you guys got your group chats, and
yeah.
like you guys push each other to do better. Like you all want to win. Like them getting placements and like them having no placements before, and then you get like a Rod Wave placement, you've had no other placement really. Like that just it makes me so happy. It's like I almost got the placement.
Yeah.
You know? And like I know
It's inspiring for real.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I know, you know, like when I see a good team like that, like you guys have, like I definitely get the same kind of like sense. Like when one of you guys wins, like everybody's winning. Like they're all hyped, you know. So like that's the best part about it. Like I talk to those guys all the time. Like even with time difference, like you know we just be on some bullshit half of the time. Like when it's time to work though, like we really got the setup. We got the Dropbox set up, and like we have a list of artists to send out to, and we just load all the packs, send them out. Like you know, we're starting to get the systems in place. You know, we want to. 2022 is the year when we really like turn up on all that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know? That's the real shit, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah,
it's always interesting.
I'm excited for all you guys, bro. It's cool, like seeing everybody on Twitter and this and that, and then like one of us, like you know, even if you don't really like know someone, like you see them get a W, and it's just like good shit, man. Like I see you grinding, like that's awesome. You know, like all y'all for real. You know, that's I dropped the. You guys were talking about like the drum kit and stuff. Like I only was charging like $5 for like the deluxe version or whatever. The other one was free because it was just like I really fuck with everybody so hard. Like I just wanted to like post that link up and like give back to everybody and like you know, like everybody's working hard. So like why you know. It's not about all the other shit. Like everybody should be able to just come together. I mean, honestly, I know you see Twitter, so Twitter's been crazy the last week or two. So
there needs to be a little, you know, a little healing.
Yeah, I've been laying back a little bit, and like I've really been barely posting on anything because it's kind of like I was doing all that for a while, but now I'm just like I'm laying low. Then my moves up, and you know. Like me and my team are doing our thing, whether it's in the background or not. Like that's all I'm worried about. I can't be bothered with all the Twitter stuff, man. It's too much.
Really
you know, people getting canceled and shit out here. It's not good. You know?
Crazy, yeah.
Like I like to give back and do that whole kind of thing when I can. I mean, you know, everybody's going through the same thing. We've all been there, or, you know, we're all in the same boat. So, you know, I'm just trying to be there for everybody. I get so many like DMs and like random shit from people, and it's like, you know, I don't ever like push anybody off. Like I just try to, you know, like I remember when I was the person just DMing random people, like asking stupid questions. So it's like, you know, like just pass it on and like, you know, keep it going. One day they'll be in the position that I'm in, and they, you know, they'll have people asking them shit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's all a community. I feel like there's more than enough money with these labels, artists, and all this. Like all these producers, we should all just be coming together, doing more, and like you know, putting each other on.
Yeah, there's enough space and money to, you know, split evenly, where it won't it won't affect, you know, realistically if you only do it by yourself.
Bro. I mean, you get like $5,000 for a beat, and it like it's crazy. And it's like $5,000 for a beat. Like most people don't even know this artist, but like if he's signed to a major label, they have more money than anything.
Yeah,
that's why like I'll tell people like when they come to you for an advance and all this other stuff, like start high, and like they're gonna try to bring you down lower, but like start high. That way, like they don't lowball you from the jump.
Yeah,
you know?
And you'll
like,
still have a good amount of cushion as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, I barely had any placements to my name, and I'm like, yeah, like, I start at 8 to 10, but like I'm willing to negotiate. And like I damn well know I don't deserve 8 to 10, or I'm gonna get it. But like they'll sit there and be like, all right, well, what if we give you like 6? Or what if we do the, and I'm like, shit, $6,000. Like I made this shit in 20 minutes. Like, sure. Like I was expecting like $2,000.
Yeah. It's like, you don't want to give them low and then they give you even lower.
Exactly. Like you don't want to fight them on it too much and like be stubborn on it, because then they'll be like, F this guy. Like I don't want to work with him in the future. But, like set it high because they have so much money.
Yeah.
And it's like, we all could be winning. And, you have these producers that complain about like, oh, I got to split it with so many people, or I got to do this. And it's just like, bro, there's enough for everybody. Like, let everybody get their splits, bro. Everybody, like, doesn't matter how many people were on the loop, no matter how many people were on, like, the drums. Like, if they did something, they did something. Give them the even split. And, like, if it's a big song, everybody's going to get paid.
Yeah.
That should be the idea. But people are greedy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, before you get into the game, you start seeing it. Like, certain producers specifically will just be like, send me solo loops or just don't send loops. I'm like, all right, I won't send you loops. It's fine. I don't care. It's like honestly, like some things like I can do solo, but it's like I want a guitar on it. And like I'm not going to put some VST guitar when I know I have a dope guitarist who can make like a hit out of it. It's like, no, nah, and like collabing, that's the most important part of music. Honestly, one of the most important parts. That's why, like, I've been seeing a lot of that on the TL too. It's like the whole like collabing and splits thing, and it's like people are so greedy, man. The point or like the purpose should be that you just be in the music game and like you stick around for a while and like you keep making stuff. So it's like, why are you so worried about the extra 5%? Are you never gonna get another percentage again?
Yeah.
Like let him get his 5%, and then like the idea is to keep getting more.
Yeah, I tweeted this out yesterday. I forgot what it was in response to, but it was basically like there's so many like all the people who are just trying to keep it all for themselves. Yeah. Their goal is to make it off that one placement.
Of course, yeah.
Instead of they should let that one placement be their foot in the door, so then they can keep making more.
Yep. No, exactly. And like I feel. Like the way I came up, it was kind of weird because like I was doing more of like a local thing, and then just like it just so happened that these artists got the thing with King Von as he blew up. So like we got 500K views in like no time, and then it was like, oh, I'm getting all these followers and I'm getting all these things, and I'm like, I wasn't even like trying to reach far out of my community type thing, and then I got introduced to the whole like Instagram and producer Twitter. And, like, I kind of did it, like, backwards. Whereas, like, I could have used that to, like, probably propel myself. Maybe I didn't do it right. I don't know how that worked. But, like, you got to use everything as, like, stepping stones, I feel like.
Yeah.
As you get up and just, like, I don't know. That's my whole kind of thing with it. You just got to be able to do that. Just, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I really don't. It just some things just happen, man. You gotta figure it out the best way to like keep progressing from there.
Yeah.
And I've definitely not done the best at all parts, but now I feel like we're going on the upward trajectory. So that's all that really matters, man.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's ups and downs. Most producers have points where they want to stop producing and stuff. I've been there, but you just gotta keep going. I mean, if you really enjoy this shit and that's what you want to do, Shit, man. So what kind of plans do you guys have for like this next year?
So right now we had a call, I think it was like a week or two ago, trying to figure out, what everybody else wants to do. But right now we're focused more because the way I'm wanting to build kind of like the overall brand is because I know a lot of like people who do this, they try and build the brand itself, but I'm more focused on building the individual to then be an ambassador for the brand.
Yeah,
because you have to have a structure before you can build on top of it.
Of course.
the thing I'm pushing for most of them is maybe one or two EPs with like artist, because that's what I did this year. I
Yeah.
did about 4 EPs with an artist,
Yep.
each
No,
different, and
I've seen that you've dropped some stuff like
yeah,
that.
and it helped me not only be able to connect with more people, but it helped build my whole discography up
Of course,
because
yeah.
I came into this year with one project,
Okay.
and I'm leaving. I produced I think 22 songs this year.
Yeah, see, that's dope,
Yeah,
man.
and
Go.
three of like I had 3 or 4 EPs, and then I had the whole Underground Stars album that I did. But I'm pushing them towards kind of doing an EP with an artist,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're doing more focusing on like kits as well, because it's
Bro.
crazy. We started July-ish, and we've had like almost 1.5 thousand kit downloads.
Oh shit! Wow,
Hmm.
that's awesome.
And we
Yeah,
have like
get into that.
maybe 4 or 5 paid kits, and then 13, 14 free kits.
Okay.
And it's like we did it weekly this year, just keep everything coming consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And then this past month we haven't dropped anything because we got this big kit coming out. But every day I wake up, I check my phone, new kit
Yeah.
download, new kit download, new kit
Yeah,
download.
that's dope though. Yeah,
So
that's
we've built
passion.
enough of like that smaller foundation
Yeah.
to where we provide the value to where we can
Exactly.
like kind of sit back a little and
Yeah.
then just have it kind of pile in a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I mean that's eventually where I think we want to take it. And like
Hmm.
you were saying, like you need the foundation.
Hmm.
So that's why we were kind of like putting it off like until like next year because it was kind of like yeah, like we're all good producers. Like yeah, we know what we want to do, but like, are we really gonna gain any traction if we just like, hey, we're another collective?
Yeah.
And like so now things just kind of all fell at once and it got easy, so we're like all right, like kind of forced our hand.
Hmm.
So now it's like boom, I uploaded stuff all week and like we posted like 6 like crazy snippets,
Hmm.
and like now we're getting all these followers and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's just yeah, because now you have the foundation. Now they see like, oh shit, you have stuff with Future, you
Yeah.
have stuff with Rod Wave, all these people, and you know eventually like I think that's a direction we'll want to look is
Hmm.
probably like the kids. And like I've always thought the YouTube tutorial thing was dope, so like maybe that's an area that I try to do.
Yeah.
I don't know about everybody else if they'd want to do it, but there's so much kind of like growth with that
Hmm.
whole area. And as we were saying, like everything's just on the up
Yeah.
for next year, so it's kind of exciting. We'll see what happens. Like they they're all putting in the work, so we just kind of gotta hope stuff drops and then we
Hmm.
can keep building on that. I'm just hoping that things really go in everybody's favor.
Yes,
I'd
sir.
love to have more kits. Like I know, shout out Trevi Beats. I'm working on a kit with him. We
It's gonna be
were
fire.
we were supposed to drop it December, but we were just kind of getting lazy.
Hmm.
And as I said, I was taking a break in December,
Yeah.
so we didn't drop it just yet. But we got some loops done for it, so that'll eventually drop. We'll probably do it for like $10 or something,
Yeah.
something small. But yeah, me and Trevi gonna drop something, and he's not in fan club or anything, but that's my boy.
Hmm.
We'll drop that, and then yeah, I don't know, fan club. It's literally only like 4 of us. Is
That's the perfect number. I didn't want to make mine too big, too
no,
small.
exactly, like it was literally only like a few of us that were on Discord. Well,
Hmm.
it all started from the like Dianova
Hmm.
or whatever, like, and who was it? It was me, Sir Luke, and JLH, and then Will, and it was
Yeah.
just the 4 of us. And like we would just be on Discord, as I said, just like all the time. And then as they started going to London and coming up, they got cool with this other dude Kai, who's from out there.
Hmm.
And then eventually they were like, all right, like we're pretty much like an in real life club, other than Danny, who's in America. So like he's an honorary like UK citizen, and
Yeah.
like we'll add Kai, so it'll be the 5 of us, and like we got
Yeah.
our starting 5. So like we've already had like people and like pretty dope producers too, and they've already like asked what's good with like getting down with the team.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like I think eventually, probably some point next year. I don't know about early next year, but at some point next year, we might like look to expand a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that'll be kind of cool, and like we'll do submissions in the whole nine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like a tight knit family right now, so sometimes you don't want to break it up.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for everybody to kind of get on their own feet and start really like having stuff drop, and then from there maybe we add some people.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, how many people are you guys?
6, I believe. It's 6 or 7. 4 or 5 producers and then or two artists and then 5 producers. I want to
Okay,
say.
but yeah, so you got artists. So
Yeah.
that's something I guess I wouldn't be opposed to.
Yeah.
Like I would like to work with an artist like that. You know, we got a couple artists that like we are working with a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we really like aim for like the big stuff. I won't lie, but like prior to JLH getting that Rod Wave one, he got a lot of stuff with this dude Kiddo K.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a rapper. I want to say he's out of New Orleans, maybe something like that. But he's fire, and you know he's got a little buzz going. Nothing like crazy yet. But he's pretty popping, and he uses like a ton of Luke and JLH beats, like a ton, pretty much all of them. And now, like I've got a couple with him. Will got a couple with him. So he's supposed to finally drop a tape next month or February or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we're supposed to have a lot on there. I know he shot a video to one of the ones I did. And I'm pretty sure he's in the process of getting a deal. I know he was taking like meetings and stuff a couple months ago. So, you know, that'll be exciting. I'm hoping to, you know, that's the dream. Like you really work with an artist who's on the come up.
Yeah.
Way like, not that you get associated with them, but like you kind of go up as they do.
Yeah.
You know, and especially now that like we have a good relationship with him and like his management team, you know, like we'll text the pack straight to his manager or whatever. And as I said, we just have like the whole fan club Dropbox.
Mm-hmm.
We'll send over packs and it's just everyone's beats in there.
Yeah.
You know, so there's always a chance like you get one type of thing. But yeah, be on the lookout for him. That's probably the only like low key artist that like we really got that we really locked in with.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some other people, you know, that's an area where I want to kind of get back and start working with artists, whether it's local or just on a smaller scale, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I like the whole idea of an EP, like, you know, I
small,
feel like
you know, showcases not only you but them. It's,
exactly.
It's like the perfect medium.
Exactly. Whereas, like, I was working with these 2 artists, and like we put together EPs and stuff, but it was only for so long. But shout out to them. I mean, you know, they put some money into their music. We got a lot of music videos, a lot of big features, and it gave me the opportunity to work with a lot of bigger artists through, you know, the placements and whatnot. So, you know, shout out to them, I guess.
Sure. All right.
I don't work with them, but it's cool.
All right. So, the way we end these.
Yes.
I got 3 questions for you. Simple questions, easy questions.
You get it.
All right, first one. If you could executive produce a project for any artist, who would it be?
I'm going to have to go with, I'm just going to go easy and say Lil Durk.
All right.
I was thinking about the Rod Wave, but it's got to be Lil Durk because I feel like I'd be able to give him the perfect complement of pain and soulful, and then also have some like hard beats.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Durk.
And then second one is, what kind of region of music do you either draw the most influence from, or just kind of enjoy the most?
It's kind of crazy because like I'm from New York, and I really don't. Not that I dislike drill, but I just don't really partake.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll link up with other producers from here, and they just want to cook up drill stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like I don't really do that. So I guess if anywhere, I'd probably say like Atlanta or like down south, that whole kind of sound with like the soul or like even the trap stuff. You know, I think that's eventually the move. Is me and my fiance probably gonna go down to like Atlanta or something.
Yeah.
Like set up shop out there. because that's I'm right outside New York City right now. I can drive out to the studio and go into the city for sessions and stuff. Probably like 20-30 minutes away, and like it's nice, but it's expensive out here. So
Yeah.
Atlanta, like I got the sound for it, so I think that's probably the move.
Hey, if you go to Atlanta, let me know. I go to school in Tennessee. I'm like three hours away from there.
How far are you from Nashville?
I'm right in Nashville.
Bro, I'm going for my bachelor party. So we
When?
out March 25th to 29th. It's like right around my birthday weekend or something.
I should be there.
I'm gonna be
roughly.
out. So link up, bro.
Yes, sir. I should be good. Yeah, that's
For
crazy.
sure. Yeah, got my bachelor party. It's about
Podcast
to be.
IRL.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Behind the scenes.
I've never been out there like ever.
Oh,
but
it's great.
Yeah, I was contemplating some places, and like I was talking to my cousin and some of my boys. And we're like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, let's go to Nashville and just like do that whole kind of thing. So I'm excited. I've been down south, but just to like Florida.
Yeah.
So
Nashville's great.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Get some hot chicken,
Oh, it's so good.
I've never had it. So
it's so good.
And like barbecue, I like that whole kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
Yes, sir. All right,
now,
and then
to cook up. So
hey, say less.
Yeah.
And then the last question is, what advice do you have for any just upcoming producers, new producers, just producers in general?
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna keep it like short here, but I'll go with the networking tip. It's good to network, but you always want to be genuine. Like, don't be the guy who's like, I gotta DM 10 people a day and just DM everyone the same thing. Like, be genuine. When you do something, do it with good intentions. Know who you're reaching out to, and reach out to the right people. I'm not gonna reach out to Wheezy and try to work with Wheezy when I don't make those kind of things, or I don't do that kind of thing. I'm gonna reach out to TNT or the people who do the things that you do. Find your right thing and network with those people. And also, just as far as like networking goes, like don't be afraid to put yourself out there, but you have to know, like, you have to provide value. And this is something that I tell everybody. Like, you have to be able to provide value. You know how many people DM, I don't know, like TM88 or like a huge producer? You know how many people are DMing them every day? Like, they don't care that you want to work with them, you want to send loops, whatever. You have to provide some kind of value to them for them to want to work with you. Whether that starts off as like money, or I can send you loops, I could send you this, whatever it is. Like, once they see that you can provide some kind of value, they'll want to work with you. So you have to figure out what you can provide and be of use for, and use that. So that's the best piece of advice. Because once you do that, then it's easy to market what you're selling and get it to those people.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, man, that's a major gem. Because honestly, once I learned that, like, it changed the game, bro. You just gotta know what you have, what you're good at, and like what. If I'm hitting up Xander, I already gotta know what Xander wants before Xander even knows.
This man hit me up. Hey, bro, let's work.
I'm saying, man, you gotta be in the brain, man. You gotta, you gotta be ahead of the game, ahead of the next step, all that kind of stuff. And then it'll pay off. But consistency is key. Don't let up. Feel you.
This was fun. It was great.
Yeah, man, this was dope, man. I've never done anything like this. Cool.
This would be the part where I'd be telling you I have a sticker for you. I don't have a sticker for you right now. I have one. I shipped them over while I was at school, and the day I left was the day they got there.
All right, well, if I gotta go get my sticker in person, I'll wait for them.
So I'm gonna have all these stickers shipped out first thing next month.
I'm gonna throw it on my laptop for real. Sir.
But no, I got a sticker for you, season 3 sticker.
That.
I don't know when it's gonna get to you. It's gonna get to you though.
Okay.
But I appreciate it,
man. Yeah, I appreciate you having me, man. It was awesome, bro.
Sir. Season 4. Season 4 going good so far. It's great stuff.
Yeah, man, I saw some of the other episodes, man. And it's crazy because I've seen the progression. I've seen like the early episodes with like Teo
Mm-hmm.
and some of the earlier ones, and then I see the ones with like Zero and what was it, like Pseudo,
Mm-hmm.
and like yeah, like you come a long way, bro. It's kind of crazy,
Yeah.
but like I like to tune in and like see what all the other guys are up to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of dope. Like I said, I've never done anything like this, but to
Mm-hmm.
also like before I ever planned on being on this, I was like listening to it.
Yeah.
Being on it after listening to it or being a listener is
Mm-hmm.
pretty crazy, bro. It's
Yeah.
dope. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Yeah. It's always tough trying to figure out. Okay, that new season. What can I add that I didn't
Yeah,
have
of
last season?
course,
So.
man.
Oh yeah,
Nah,
it's going good. So thank you all, for listening, watching. Make sure you
yes,
go check
sir.
out Danny on Twitter,
Yes,
Instagram.
sir.
All
Danny
links
Rome
will be
Beats on
yes,
everything.
sir. All links will be description below. And yeah, we will catch y'all. I think. Ooh, who is next week? I always make this mistake of saying, not next week, not next week, because no, yeah, okay, this goes up Monday,
Okay.
because Christmas is in 2 days from now, or a day from now, and then so the 27th. Oh no, all right, yeah, I planned this out to where I didn't have an episode on New Year's or anything. Cool. So yeah,
Okay.
I guess next week, roughly, should be. If not, the week after that. But either way, we will catch you on the next episode. Peace.